Good morning, everyone. Welcome back. My name is Leslie. If you haven't been here before, you've wandered across my little corner of the internet. Today, we're going to hop on into some card making for Easter. I have one final card to make, and it's for my grandson. We were to go there this week, but unfortunately, both my husband and I are sick. And with my daughter being pregnant, we don't want to share with her whatever it is we've caught. So, home we will stay and we will reschedule our flight for when we feel better, which means that instead of being able to take his Easter stuff and his card with me, I will be mailing it. So, let's get it made. Let's go on down here. Whew. And I am making a offset card today. And I will show you what that means. I have already completed one of the little bunnies that is going on the card just to save us some time. And he will go on the inside. You see? And this will be on this side. And then I always write something personal on my cards to my grandchildren so I don't fill them out during the video. But as you can see, whoops, I'll set you over there for a moment. A little bit of glue on you, did you? Let's just wipe that off. We are going to go ahead and complete one for this side of the card, creating an offset card. So here we go. I hope you guys are having a great day. I hope you feel better than we do. Yesterday it was beautiful out, and it's been beautiful out now for a number of days, and then today hit. And it looks like fall out there with the, cloud and the mist and the little bit of rain here and there. And it's just, kind of yucky. So I think since we're feeling yucky, tonight will be a good night for me to make a big pot of homemade chicken soup. I don't call it chicken noodle, I call it chicken veg. I think that's what we will make. Along with a fresh loaf of bread. And that should help everybody just get rid of the chills. Unfortunately, as happens, all the adults have it. The kids had it earlier, now the adults all have it. Yay. So now, somebody had messaged asking me how I know what layers to put together. For me, it's quite simple. I mark the back so that I always know which is the front. And when I first started out, I would mark it A, B, C, right? But now that I know just to mark the back, they're very easy to go together. So when you're removing them off your mat, as you take your mat and you kind of bend and they start to pop off, you want to mark the back with a pencil. And that way you always know which is the back and which is the front, making it really, really simple to put together. Okay? Now, in some cases, if there's little wee spots like this one here that are the eyes, I will put eyes over top, like the shaky eyes. I have been known to put them over top. But my grandson has been known to take my cards apart, play with the characters, color the characters, just have all kinds of fun with them. And hence the reason that I do not do that. I would hate for him at his age right now to be chewing on an eyeball. So I don't do that for him right now. I will when he is older, just like I will take the time when he is older and I will ink and glitter and do all that kind of stuff that, everybody wants to see on a card. But when you have littles, sometimes seeing it and doing it are not realistic, right? Here we go. Whoops. That one doesn't look quite right. Come down, come down. What is going on with this paw? There we go. Clean that off. Now we need our ears to go on. I want to let you know that this is available on Cricut Design Space. And the name that it was under was Kathy Gresham, Gresham, and it was called Easter Bunny Offset Card and Envelope, okay? Because it is a bit of a different shaped card and a different size card, you may need to make the envelope. I have some envelopes already made, so I don't have to worry about that. But you may need to. And so I wanted to be sure to let you know that she did indeed include an envelope for this card. I love Kathy's designs. I have used them in one form or another since she came on, or at least I would assume it's since she came on, because at the time that I found her, there was only one design under her designer name. So okay, and there we go. There's another bunny done. This card does come together quickly. It cut out very quickly, which was nice. So it makes things a little easier. And now I want to line him up on here. Yep, that will do. I'll give you a little trick. I'm going to take a piece of paper towel and I'm going to lay it underneath, because when you fold the two together, it is hard to tell where the edges of your card are. So I just use a piece of paper towel. You could use a different color of card if you wanted. There are different ways to get it done, okay? Now I do see that I have a little piece of white paper, like it didn't totally cut through, so I'm just turning it black. There we go. Done. So now we are going to get this on here, and because I am mailing it, I am not lifting it up with foam tape. My nose up, swing the paws, there we go. Hold it down, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Card making doesn't have to be stressful. Remember, it's paper. Don't sweat the small things, okay, guys? It is just paper. You can get paper in abundance, right? And if you're thinking, oh, I don't want to buy a whole bunch of colored paper, then don't. Use white and do what we used to do as kids and color it. I did that for years before I broke down and bought colored paper. I would color it, I would print a little square of it, just the right size on my printer onto white paper, and then cut it out. There are a million things you can do that you don't have to go out and buy a bunch of colored cardstock until you are sure that you are enjoying this whole process. Some people go gung ho thinking, you know, I love scrapbooking. I'm gonna love card making. Card making's totally different. And so you want to give things a try before you actually go ahead and do like go gung ho. I knew from day one. I bought, or yeah, my husband bought me the very first Cricut. They had cartridges back then, and it was awesome. I liked those cartridges much better than I liked Design Space. It didn't intimidate people. It was easier to use. The cartridges last forever, and they didn't like disappear off of Design Space. Things didn't keep changing so fast that nobody could figure out what was going on. They were simple, they were basic, they were straightforward, awesome. I remember when I first bought it, it was it came with a cartridge called George and his basic shapes, or George's basic shapes. And I was thrilled just to have triangles, circles, squares, diamonds, all those things to be able to cut out, right? And now you give us that, and wow, we would be so upset. We are into much more, but the cartridges became much more too. And part of me really wishes that they would still have that system available to us. I would straight away go back to it. I didn't have to worry about having internet. I didn't have to worry about, changes to the program or anything. I could just sit down and create. So here we go. There is the front bunny. And yes, I'm aware his one little paw's off, but that's okay. And there is the back bunny. And just to maybe add a little bit of color to the front, I'm going to add some of those. But first, I am going to put on this. And I think for this one, I will just use tape runner. Did you guys get all your cards made? If so, come on, guys. Let's become a bit more chatty. Let's share our creations in the comments. And there we go. We are down. So basically that is what you're going to see, and I almost forgot. We do have some Easter eggs because it is Easter, right? And we want some Easter eggs on our card. So what I have done is I have cut them out and put them through my Xyron so that they are easy to become stickers, okay? And that way, come on, there we go. I don't have to worry about anything. I can just use them as like stickers. And I will tell you now that I am not putting them on right this second, and I will explain in just a moment why I say that. Okay? See that I got this blue one on really crooked. I will grab my little tool here and lift it up. I love that Xyron is forgiving until you really push it down. So if I make mistakes like that, I can readjust. Just like so. Now I'll give it a good push down. Okay. Oh. Where I am going to put these eggs, and the reason I am not putting them on now is this. I am going to be putting them on the inside, but first I am going to cut a square of paper and I'm going to write my message on it. So there will be another layer, and then these will go at each corner. Okay? And I have made this. I am not putting it on yet because it is not yet dry, but it says Happy Easter. So I did a print and cut, and then I used glossy accents to turn it into a puffy sticker, which I will happily put on there once it is dry. But I don't think it is quite dry yet, and I do see an air bubble there. So while it's not dry, I can just take a second and give it a poke. And that removes any of the bubbles. And this, I was thinking, would go in the middle, but I've changed my mind because I do want to put a personalized statement there since we're not going to be there. So I will use that for one of my grandchildren that is here with us. And now to give him a little bit of a fill-in, I am going to put some pearls and diamonds. Uh-oh, there goes that one. I'll have to get it before the dog does, of course. But it happens. And the dog's used to hearing things hit the ground. He just stays asleep over there. He's like, there she goes again. So I am just adding some sparkle to this with a few of these very cute little diamond pearl accents. There we go. I almost did it the wrong way. There we go. And what he does with those is he pops them off, and Mom and him glue it onto a picture. Or sometimes I've received back the little character and they've had the accents all over them. So am I going to accent the inside? I have not decided yet because I want to see first what I decide to do for paper for my statement to him. So this was a very basic, very simple card cut out on the Cricut. I love these offset cards. They are so easy to create. Like I said, there'll be eggs on the inside. And of course, his gift is already arriving through Amazon. So he'll be an excited little guy. And then a little love from Nanny and Papa on the card, and he's all set. I hope you guys enjoyed making this card with me. It was very quick, very simple. Um, I hope that you guys have a great day, and I will see you in whatever comes next. Bye. Actually, pause on the bye. I do have something I want to show you because I want to show you in a before and after. The worst part of not feeling well is the mind goes. Look at this, guys. This was one of the little benches blown up and added to make it Easter. Yes, I printed it all in white, and my granddaughter, who is 10 years old, is going to try her hand at painting it for me. And we'll have a little centerpiece for our Easter table. So there we go. The S1 is back up and functioning beautifully. Now, let's try this again. Take care, guys. Have a great day, and I will see you in whatever comes next. Bye.